it is very important that as soon as you find out that you're pregnant, you should call your midwife, doctor, or GP. You should let them know that you are pregnant. They will tell you what to do next, because you have to go and see them so that they start your pregnancy antenatal care immediately. You as a mother, they have to start assessing your health and also start assessing the health of the growing fetus. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Beverly Ofori, and today's video we are going to talk about your first midwife appointment. As soon as that you find out that you are pregnant, you should contact your GP or midwife. They will book an appointment for you, and this appointment is called the booking appointment. The booking appointment is the first appointment that they will have for you immediately you find out that you're pregnant. And with this appointment, it should happen before 10 weeks of pregnancy. But maybe due to a certain situation and you are more than 10 weeks pregnant, you should still call them for them to book an appointment for you so that you can start your pregnancy antenatal care. So with this first appointment, it can take place at the hospital, at the GP surgery, at the children's center, or any other place in your local area where you can access pregnancy services. This appointment can be very long and boring. That is why you should prepare yourself. Make sure that whenever you are going to this appointment, you've relaxed, you have a lot of sleep at home. Make sure that you have some food, or you can even have some snack with you, or water, or any sort of drink with you whenever you're going to this appointment, because this appointment can at least last for an hour. Yes, it can be that long. With this appointment, they are going to take every information that they need from you, and also you're going to do a lot of tests and screening, so it can take as long as an hour or even more if they have to do extra things for you. If you have somebody like your partner or your friend or your mother or anybody that can go with you so that they can keep you company, it's very advisable that with this first appointment, if your partner is available, you can go with your partner and it will make things easier for you. After you've called your midwife, GP, or your doctor, and she have booked the appointment for you and also told you where to go for the appointment, then you have to expect that they're going to ask you a lot of questions. They're going to use some questionnaire. Some of the questionnaires they will give to you so that you fill it up. Others too, they will ask you so that whilst you're giving them the answer, they'll be writing it down. So make sure that you get prepared. And some of the questions that they will ask you at the appointment is the following. They will ask you where you live and who you live with. They want to make sure that they know where you live, that is your address, whether you live alone or you live with your partner or you live with somebody else, and also whether you have other kids at home or wherever and whoever you live with. They will ask you also about the baby's father, whether you are married to the father, just partners, boyfriend, or he's somebody that is not into your life anymore. They will ask you about the relationship you have with the baby's father and the name of the baby's father. They will also ask you about any other pregnancies or children, including miscarriages, ectopic, or any other type of pregnancy, whether you have been pregnant before, this is your first time, or whether you have experienced any type of pregnancy issues. And they will also ask you whether you have children at home, how many successful pregnancies you've had, and also whether the children that you have, are they all alive, or you have a child that is no more alive. They'll also ask you some questions about your lifestyle, whether you drink, smoke, or you are into any other lifestyles that they feel like they should know so that they can help you control those kind of lifestyles. The next one is they will ask you a question about your physical and mental health, and if you're on any medication due to those kind of health issues. So with the physical health, it can be that maybe you have other conditions that is affecting you physically. It can be that maybe you are disabled. They will also ask you about your mental state. Are you suffering from depression or anxiety, or have you been diagnosed with any form of mental illness? People who have issue with their mental health, sometimes pregnancy can be so exhausting and overwhelming that it can worsen mental health problems. They will also ask you any form of medication you are on as a result of maybe problems with your physical health or mental health, so that they will know what to do for you, how to prescribe medication for you, the type of medication to give you, and the type of medication not to give to you. The next one is domestic abuse. I remember this one like yesterday. I was asked, do you have any issue at home with your partner? Because I told them that I'm married. So they asked me, do you have any issue at home with your partner that we should know? Whether verbal abuse or physical abuse or any form of abuse. So they will ask you if you don't have any domestic issue. Try as much as possible to always stay safe. Whenever anything changes and you want us to be aware, tell us. They will also ask you about your job, if you have a job or not. If you have a job, they will ask you the type of job that you have, because during pregnancy there's some certain type of job that is not advisable, especially jobs that involve heavy lifting. So they will ask you the type of job that you do, what you do at work, so that they will advise you not to involve yourself in a lot of strenuous jobs. Because pregnancy can be very overwhelming and stressful, they will ask you who you live with, or whether you have somebody who will give you a helping hand whenever you need it, whether it's a family member, a friend, or anybody that will give you a helping hand, because they know that in case of an emergency, you will need somebody to be there for you. So after they've asked you all these questions and taken notes of all the answers you gave them, they'll make sure that they will document everything. After that, it is time for them to check your weight and height. It is very important because we know that during pregnancy, you can gain an extra pound of weight. You can gain about 25 to 35 pounds of weight. Some people even gain more, and some people too are fortunate that during pregnancy, they gain small amounts of weight. So they will check your weight, document it, and they will also check your height. The reason why they check the height is that they use the height and your weight to calculate your body mass index. That's your BMI. The BMI tends to let them know that whether you are underweight, you have a normal weight, overweight, or you are obese. So this height and weight that they will take, they will document it down so that they use it as a baseline data to compare with other subsequent weights that they will take. They also check your blood pressure. During pregnancy, it's easy for you to get pregnancy-induced hypertension or preeclampsia. There are people who develop hypertension during pregnancy, so it's very important that they take all these baseline data so that when they start getting figures that is not good during pregnancy, they can compare it to the previous one to know the extent of how serious it is. Pregnancy-induced hypertension or preeclampsia during pregnancy is very common and it's very deadly. It's something that every pregnant woman should take it very serious. Whenever you have issues with your blood pressure during pregnancy, don't sit on it. Don't even wait for the doctors to tell you to get a blood pressure machine. Immediately get one at home. Okay, so that always you'll be checking it. A lot of people are losing their life as a result of high blood pressure in pregnancy or preeclampsia. So it's very important to make sure that you take your BP serious. Also, they will do urinalysis. They will do it to check the protein level and other things in the urine, because during pregnancy, it's easily to get preeclampsia. One of the very common ways to detect preeclampsia is high protein in urine or proteinuria. They will check your urine to see the protein level in the urine. Immediately the protein level is going high, it means that an immediate intervention should be taken to prevent preeclampsia or eclampsia. And they will also check other things in the urine to see whether they are normal or they are not. They'll also take your blood sample to do blood screening. They will screen for STIs, check your blood group, your rhesus factors. They will check for a lot of things. During this appointment, you may be offered a scan. It depends on the hospital, but you may be offered a scan for them to check the baby, how the baby is growing, the position of the placenta, and also to check the developmental aspects of the baby. A blood screening will also be done to check whether the baby is having any issues of chromosomal defects, such as Down syndrome and other issues that comes along with defects of the chromosomes. After they've done everything, this is now time for them to discuss some of the things that you should know during pregnancy. The first one is they will tell you how the baby develops in uterus. Because this appointment is in the early stage of pregnancy, they will let you know all the stages of pregnancy, what happens during the first trimester, the things that you should do, the things that you should not do, what you should expect. They'll also tell you the things that you should know about the second trimester and also the third trimester. They'll also talk to you about healthy eating in pregnancy and some of the food that you should avoid during pregnancy. You have to drink a lot of water, eat a lot of food that contain fiber to prevent constipation. You should avoid raw food, vegetables or fruits that are not cleaned well. Avoid some fish that contain mercury, like salt fish. There are a lot of things that you should avoid during pregnancy. They will tell you all this kind of food. They'll also advise you on pregnancy exercise and pelvic floor exercises. Pelvic floor exercise is very important during pregnancy because it helps prepare the pelvic floor for delivery. During delivery, your pelvis and your muscles will go through a lot of changes. It's going to stretch, retract. Exercise help you strengthen up your pelvic floor muscles, and also exercise in general during pregnancy is very good for your health. But make sure that you don't involve yourself in a lot of heavy exercise. They will tell you the types of exercise that you should do, how you should perform your exercise, and they will tell you a lot of things you should know when you are exercising during pregnancy. They're also going to talk about your pregnancy antenatal care. Because this is your first appointment, you will also be asked to come for other subsequent appointments. So the time you give birth, they're going to discuss it with you. They're going to tell you how this appointment is going to happen, what you should do during those appointments, some of the things that you should expect. Also tell you how you will book for those appointments. In some places, if you are pregnant, you are entitled to some free benefits like free dental care. So your midwife will discuss with you and she will tell you the ways and how to access those free benefits. They'll also tell you the other types of test and scan that will be offered to you. So with the scan, they will offer you one at the early pregnancy, another one at the middle of the pregnancy, and sometimes it depends on the pregnancy. If there's any situation and they feel like they have to offer you more scan to monitor the growth of the baby, it's going to depend on the situation and it's going to depend on the progress of your pregnancy. The last one is they will ask you whatever question that you have, you should ask them. This is where you have to ask them everything, anything that is bothering you, any question. That is why it's important that with this appointment, sometimes at home, before the appointment date, you can write down any questions or concerns that you have. When they ask you to ask them any question, it will be easy for you to remember everything. Ask them everything. The things that you don't understand, the things that you need clarification with, ask them. There is no question that is wrong. This is the time that they will give you thorough information and thorough explanation for you so that you will know what to do next. So after the screening, the questionnaire and everything, this is where the midwife will then give you a copy of your maternity notes. This note contains everything you told them, the answers you gave, everything that they did at the appointment. There are other hospitals too that have websites or digital apps. With the apps, they will sign you up so that you can see the results of your antenatal clinics there. When I was pregnant, the hospital that I was having my antenatal care had this app. So with this app, they will sign you up on the app and they will give you your passcode so that when you log in with a passcode, your information will appear. So you'll be able to see all the antenatal care that have been offered to you. So with me, the hospital had that app and I was also given a sample of my maternity notes too. So I have both of it, and it was very important that I was able to assess whatever care that was given to me during my pregnancy. And with this note, you have to carry it with you whenever you go to any appointment, and also whenever you're going to see a doctor, or even when you're going to deliver, you have to go along with this note. This note contains all your details. Also, it contains the numbers that you can call in case of emergency. I hope you find this video useful and thank you for watching.